Welcome back to our preview show. What to say? What to say? Got out of jail. Got out of jail. Yeah, biting your nails, that kind of stuff. Thriller. Our review show, Geelong 9-12-68. Adelaide 7-5-60. Got out of jail. Got out of jail. Crows played 2 good quarters. We played 2 good quarters. We're not a premiership side. We're nowhere near that. We're probably 8-6. There's signs of our ball movement going forward. First quarter was fantastic. After that, we struggled. We really struggled. Really struggled. Fumbly, yeah, maybe that's conditions, but Crows played them conditions as well. They played those conditions as well. And Crows look better in those conditions, in my opinion. We had 60 inside 50s. 60 inside 50s. But we just did silly things going forward, didn't we? We just did little silly things. Kicking the ball long to the Crows defenders. We talked about this preview show. We said that's one thing you can't do, and they did that too many times. Too many times. They got away with it. They got away with it. The forward line, I know it's tough conditions, but the forward line, Cameron irrelevant, Shannon New irrelevant, Fogarty irrelevant, Phil Thorpe irrelevant, though he kicked 1. Dempsey, Martin did well for Geelong. Zach Taylor did well for the Crows. That was a win for the Crows there. That was a win. He was, as I said in the watch along, he was Dawson's cut replacement. He kicked 3 goals, Zach Taylor. Kicked 3 goals. But mind you, Adelaide were also doing that in the fourth quarter. They were bombing it long to DeConey, to Stewart, to Jack Henry. So it didn't work. So it was kind of like, who breaks first? Who stops doing that first? No one did. No one did. They still kept on going. We had a little bit more class. Bailey Smith was fantastic. However, that's fucking annoying in that background. Let me fix this background up for you guys. Right. So fucking dark. But while I fix up the backgrounds, however, Crows kept on doing that as well. They kept on bombing along to our defenders. Our defenders played really good defense. That's much better now. Played really good defense. But our ball movement is still a problem. Still a huge problem going forward. Yep, you can, as I said, you can blame conditions, but Crows played them as well. Crows played those conditions as well. I'll give our boys credit because when Crows hit the front, I thought that was it. That was it. But we bounced back. We got in the game. Jack Martin, best game I think ever for Geelong. Ever for Geelong. Ollie Henry, what if not? He's still dropping those fucking marks. He's still dropping those marks. He's still dropping those marks. I know it's conditions. It's a heavy ball, but he's still dropping them, guys. Wiltshire, I like Wiltshire. I thought he did some good things. I thought he did some good things. Bailey Smith was good, but his kicking was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Blitzard was the most frustrating opponent tonight, also player tonight. Blitzard. He looked done. He looked slow and old. He looked gone. I don't know about him. I think he's one of those players where I think you just send him to the VFL. But who are you going to play instead? Who's going to be that second ruck? Sam DeConey, I think he had his best game in 2 years, Sam DeConey. He was fantastic, Sam DeConey. Jack Henry Jack Henry was very good tonight. O'Sullivan, I thought, was terrible, soft, especially in the contest. Max Holmes, I thought, had a what-if game. So-so, did some good things, did some bad things. But our turnovers need to stop. That's what's really hurting us is our turnover. It's not, our ball movement's not there. It's not premiership stuff. It's not on the level of Footscray. It's not level on the Gold Coast. Those are the two benchmarks. We're nowhere near that. We are around. We're going to get most games in Geelong, which will help us. But we're around the 6 to 8 mark. I think that's where we are at this point in time. First quarter, we looked like a top 4 team. We did what we had to do in that first quarter. I was looking for a response. I was looking to put Crows away. And then in the second quarter, I said we should put Crows away in the second quarter, and we didn't. We let them back in. That's not top 4 stuff. If that was a Footscray, if that was a Gold Coast, they would have shut that door. Shut that door on the Crows. We didn't do that. We played poor. We got out of jail. I think the Crows coach made horrible mistakes. He left Rankin on the bench for far too long. That was a joke. However, Mullins spoil on Rankin. I can't believe Mullins did that in the last minute of the game. Would have been nice if Mullins did that on grand final day against McCluggage, but he saved a certain, and there was no doubt Rankin would have kicked that goal. He would have kicked that goal. He was right in front. But that was a hell of a spoil on Rankin. I did not expect that. As soon as I saw Rankin and Mullins one-on-one, I was ready to throw the phone, ready to turn off the stream. So Mullins did an absolutely fantastic job on Rankin. He was smart, Chris Scott. Chris Scott was smart. I mentioned this in our preview show, that as soon as Rankin goes in the midfield, we need to tag him. We need to put Mullins on him. And we did that. Rankin only had 9 touches. The tag worked. So why the fuck was Mullins in round 0 or opening round free roaming by himself? And free roaming by himself in the Fremantle game. What the fuck is that about? He's not a free roamer. He's a tagger. He did a great job on Rankin today. A great job. Tom Atkins, I thought was good, but I thought we made a lot of mistakes. It's probably a reason why Crows are not on top. We got it probably against a better side. We wouldn't have got away with that. But the Crows did frustrate us a lot. The clearance battle was pretty even, actually. They actually won a lot of clearances, Adelaide. Berry, Soligo. I thought Peatling had a hell of a game. Their captain, Cummins. No, not the Australian Test captain, Captain Cummins. Adelaide's Cummins, who's captain. I thought he was pathetic, to be honest. He did nothing in that game for me. But he's a stand-in captain. So why would you not make Rankin? Why would you not make Rochelle? Why would you not make Thilthorpe captains? You bring a guy in and you captain him. He's been in the Crows 5 minutes. That made no sense to me. That's like our captain tonight was Tom Stewart. He's played over 200 games. That's like saying, you know what, Tom, we're not going to give you the captain's armband. We're going to give a 10-game player the captain's armband. Now, Isaac Cummins played a lot of games with the Giants, right? A lot of games with the Giants, but he's only been with the Crows for 5 minutes. So that was a strange decision to make him captain And then, you know, in that first quarter, he dropped that absolute sitter. Jack Martin kicked that goal. So strange decision to make him captain when you got Rankin, Rochelle, Phil Thorpe, all in that team. Strange decision from Matthew Nicks. But, however, the stats. Bailey Smith, 39 touches. His kicking was terrible, though, at times. I hated it when the ball was on the ground, yet they wouldn't pick it up. They just soccer it. I saw that so many times. I saw that in the Gold Coast game. And Gold Coast punished us. Adelaide are not Gold Coast, luckily. That's why Gold Coast are on top of the ladder. That's why Footscray second on the ladder. You do that against those clubs, they punish you. So we got away with kicking the ball on the ground, lazy, not picking the ball up from the contested ground ball gets. But we got away with it probably because it was also at home as well. Having said that, I thought the umpiring was horrible, to be honest. Absolutely horrible. I hate the last touch rule. I really hate the last touch rule. It does nothing for me. It should have been a Crows free. It should have been a Crows free. So Geelong got away with that one. Let's be honest. We got away with that one. Holding the ball, so much confusion. It's a wet weather game. Umpires had no. Jazelenko says hi, mate. The umpires had no feeling for the wet weather conditions whatsoever. Just made bad calls. They just made it up. They just made it up for me. Jack Henry took a couple of marks. Umpire wouldn't pay it. I think Phil Thorpe had a mark in the third quarter. The umpire didn't pay it. So the umpires, they just made it up as they went along, to be honest. They tried to be irrelevant, as always, tried to stamp authority. But yeah, Jazza said, up the Mighty Cats. 3 votes, Baz. 2 Baz. Yes. That is. I want to pin that. Can I pin that? Can I pin that? Star comment? No. No. Can I pin that? No. Well, I don't want to muck around because I don't want to put you in timeout, Jezza. So we'll leave that alone. But yes, 3 votes. 3 votes. To Baz. 2 to DeConing. I said earlier this is Sam's best game in 2 years. Probably since the 2022 year. Fantastic game. And Mullins kept Rankin to 7 touches. That spoil on Rankin was unbelievable. Unbelievable. I've just said that. Unbelievable. I saw that and I thought, fuck, we're gone here. We are gone. And Mullins just got a fist to it. That was outstanding. Ollie Henry frustrated the hell out of me. Clark frustrated the hell out of me. He's still dropping those marks. He's still dropping those overhead marks. I thought that's what he's in the team for. However, I thought he was proactive. He kicked the goal. That's good. That's all fine. Will Shear, I like Will Shear. He did a couple of good things. Really good things. Wish D'Kona, yeah, well, I wish he could bring back that year in 2022. That would be nice. I think that was his best game since 2022. The spoil, but yes, the spoil on D'Kona by Phil Thorpe, yes, in that last quarter. Unbelievable. Outstanding. Clark was good in the last quarter, man. Yeah, Clark was fantastic. At the Cutters. Gary, if you want to come in the show, you're more than welcome to. We can review the hell out of this. I might post the link. Can I post the link in here or no? I think I'll post the link. I've posted the link on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. The Edwards experiment is now short. Well, I like what he did. I don't know. I thought Blitz was done. I think Blitz is way too fucking slow. Turn the ball over. I think Blitz is done. I think he's a liability. If we lose that game, we say Blitz, that's it, mate. It's time to go. Who's the next one to go? It's Blitz. if we lose that game. So let's not take away from that. Jack Martin, yes, Jack Martin, Carlton fans must be watching this game thinking, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, his best game for Geelong. Yeah, I know he kicked 3 goals in 5 minutes last year when he came as a sub, but I thought that was his best game tonight. Blitz, definitely too. I have to be careful here to rush these. I don't want to ban anybody. Yeah, Blitz is too old and slow. Myers, he's kicking inside 50 was terrible. Terrible. Absolutely shocking by Myers. Carlton fans punching holes in rules. They are, aren't they? They gave up Jack Henry. They gave up Jack Martin. They thought he was done and dusted. Yeah, he does that. Problem is with Jack Martin, can he back it up? He needs to back it up next week on Easter Monday against a big rival team in front of probably 80,000 fans. The crowd tonight, yeah, that was shit. The crowd was shit. I know Geelong fans don't like Thursday night football, but Geelong fans don't like anything. They don't like a thing. But I know they don't like Thursday night football. Stiff shit. Tough shit. You know Thursday night football's been around forever. It's raining. I'm going to give them a pass on that. I'm going to give them a pass because if that was a clear day and we got that crowd, that's unacceptable. But because it was raining, it's okay. I think it's okay. To make a stadium so quiet, yeah, we've got quiet fans, haven't we? That's, yeah, not good enough. Bailey, yes, his work rate. Oh, fuck. Yeah, his work rate is elite, Bailey Smith, especially Dempsey's as well. He's on the train back to Melbourne. He can't. Fuck, Gary. Well, maybe if we're still on. Trust me, Gary, if we lost this game, I'd be on here till fucking 3 a.m. Emergency space. But makes me sad to see it stadium so quiet, yeah. Yeah. Elite area, Geelong. Elite area. Classy. But yeah, I don't care. Geelong fans. Hold that. You're not an Adelaide crowd. You're not a West Coast crowd. You're not a Collingwood crowd. Make some noise, cunts. Yeah. Make some noise. Yeah, I want him in the fucking midfield, though. I want him in the midfield. Get him in the fucking midfield. We know what he can do up forward. He did take a nice mark in the 450 where he slid on his knees, came across. That was a good mark. A very good mark. He's got IQ. His IQ is extremely high, Dempsey. No, I didn't like that set shot in the pocket where he missed everything. But yeah. Shannon Neal, shit game. The Hawkins lovers will say, it's a pass, it's wet weather. Cameron, shit game, it's weather. Phil Thorpe, it was weather, shit game. None of the forwards did well. Fogarty was terrible. Fogg gave away 2 50-metre penalties. The Fog, tell you what, the Fog got conceded. Tom Stewart outplayed the Fog, kicked a goal on the Fog. It wasn't the Fog was scoreless against Tom Stewart. Tom Stewart kicked a goal on the Fog. Sean Menner. Now, I thought he played 150 tonight. So I was saying 150, but it was O'Connor that was playing 150. Sean Menner re-signed for us recently, so I got confused there. But no, Sean Menner was really good tonight. Mullen showed his work. Yeah, why the fuck is Mullen's free roaming? That we saw Mullen's free roam against Gold Coast, free roam against Who did we play last week? Nobody. We played Fremantle in round 1. What the fuck is he doing free roaming? What the fuck does he do free roaming? He should never have that role again. He should be tagging. He should be tagging. What impressed me was that spoil on Rankin. That spoil on Why couldn't he do that on McCluggage? Why couldn't he do that on McCluggage grand final day? I don't know, man. If Rankin takes that mark, kicks that goal, I don't know. I don't know if we hold on. I don't know. Saved the game. He saved the game, Mullins. He saved the game. Did a number on him. The Irish, yep. Till 2029, Sean Manor. Send Mullen to play the... Yeah, that's what... We're none of this fucking free-roaming halfback shit. Mullins did nothing until he went to Rankin, and then he tagged him out of it. Game-saving spoil. I have to go slowly here so I don't ban anybody. I've learned my lesson. The luck of the Irish. Yeah. So, let's look at some other stats. See, I don't know if it's just me, but I've looked on the AFL website. The stats have shut the bed. They've shit the bed with the stats. I can only get stats up to halftime, Jezza. I don't know if that's the same thing for you, but what the fuck? I can't see any stats. I can't see any stats after halftime. What is going on with the AFL app? What is going on with the time clock? What is going on with the app? What the fuck is going on here? Let me try to figure this out. It was a scrappy win, ugly, but we'll take it. We will. It's a jail-free. Remember, Adelaide led in the fourth quarter. That's two games in a row. Adelaide has led in the fourth quarter and they've lost. All right, we'll try again, but I think no, that's fuck. There we go. We've got it back. It says Bailey Smith had 40. Is that right? Did he? I don't think Bailey Smith had 40, did he? Good for the footy, Geelong Cats. That's exactly right, Dayson. Good take as well. So with the stats here, it says Bailey Smith had 40 touches. Josh Rochelle kicked a goal and 31. What's that celebration that he did? But 39 Bass had here. The AFL saying 40. That celebration by Rochelle. What the fuck is that? Mate, that's 2 times you've done a stupid celebration. Remember the last year where you did the stir the pot, show me the money? You lost that game. You've done some ridiculous, stupid celebration, and you've lost again, mate. You don't learn, do you? Rankin pissed me off as well. That first goal he kicked, he pointed to the crowd before he kicked that ball. So there's a little bit of payback there. Remember that? I don't know if you remember that. He pointed to the sky before he kicked that goal. So there's a little bit of payback. Who else? Let's see here. The Crows defended out. The defenders dominated for both sides. Jeremy Cameron is my favourite player, Jeremy. Yes, Jeremy. He had a tough night, Jeremy, didn't he? He had a tough night. We'll check Jeremy's stats. Let me check Jeremy's stats. Yeah, 11 touches. 11 touches. So not his best night, is it, Jezza? Not his best night. But he'll bounce back. He'll bounce back, Dyson. He will bounce back. There's no worry about that. Easter Monday against Hawthorn, he will bounce back. So Rankin did that celebration, that little celebration, and kicks the goal. Didn't do anything after that. Where was the pointing to the sky, mate? When you went to take the marking, you had a big fist come over top of you. Where was your point to the sky? Every time I saw Jezza was on the ring of defensive centre. Yeah, everything. Patrick Dangerfield injury. He redid his calf. I think he will be back for Easter Monday, maybe. I wouldn't risk him. I really wouldn't. We can't have this conversation every time Dangerfield plays. That's why I think he should get a farewell game at Gather Round, and then the next week he plays in Geelong. So, but they won't do that. But anyway, let's look at more stats. Where are we? Yeah, Stewart, 24 disposals, 1 goal, did really, really well. I was pissed off with Connor O'Sullivan. That effort on Pedler was bullshit. That's not on by O'Sullivan. What's your favourite team and player? Well, it's got to be Geelong, isn't it? That's what we're doing in the Geelong zone. Geelong, and favourite player, current or past? It can't be Gary Ablett Senior or Junior. Though I do like our older players, Polly Farmers, the Sam Newmans, players like that. Whiskers, Gary Buddy Hocking, or Whiskers, that's his name. Bairstow. So all the classic numbers. Probably today's game. I like little Ollie Henry, but he's got to take those marks. He's got to take those fucking marks. Bailey Smith is good for us. So, yeah. But reading more stats. Atkins, 23 disposals. I thought he gave away. I thought he was a bit fumbly, Atkins, a bit fumbly. Incident in the last quarter, the last touch rule. I feel for the Adelaide crowd watching that. It clearly came off Atkins' foot. And Atkins knew that. Atkins played the umpire brilliantly there. Fantastic. Adelaide Crows, they lost the match they did. They did, Datsun. Peatling, I thought Peatling was very good. 22 touches inside mid. Barry, he's a whipping boy, but he gets his touches. He gets his clearances, Barry. He's not a bad player. Cummins today for the Crows. Captain Cummins. Not the test player Cummins. The Adelaide Crows stand-in Captain Cummins. He was terrible today. He dropped that mark that led to that Jack Martin goal. Absolute. Jack Martin could not believe that. Talk about right place, right time, but Cummins was horrible. He's supposed to be your captain. He did kick a goal later in the game, but he's not that. He can't. When you've got Rankin, when you've got Rochelle, when you've got Thilthorpe, you've got other options to captain, and you go to a guy that's been at your club for 5 minutes. Really? Not good enough. Malira, Saligo, and Braden Cook played okay. Cook was okay. He doesn't get many. He's a bit like the Mitch Nevitt. Mitch Nevitt is a brute. Cook is just a little bloke, but as far as giving it a go, he doesn't get much game time. I thought he did all right, little Braden Cook. Saligo, average match, didn't do anything special. Barry is getting better, but nothing special, as I said. Mick Andrew, they've recommended Mick Andrew had 17 touches. That's very interesting. Tanner Bruner had 15. I thought Tanner Bruner played better than that. I thought he played. I want to check his disposal efficiency. 73%. 73%. 73%. Thought he played better than that. Collingwood versus GWS tomorrow night. Yes, indeed. That's a big match at the MCG. Who did I pick in that game? I picked Giants. I think Giants can win that game. Wiltshire, 14 touches, 57 disposal efficiency. He needs to patch that up a little bit. But he was not the worst player. I thought he was good, Wiltshire. I thought he was okay. Yeah, I thought he was good, but he was okay. But then he was great. Take your pick. Humphrey B. Bear. I don't know if Kiri's listening to this, but I thought he really struggled. It wasn't Humphrey B. Bear's best game, to be honest. I'm sorry. Datson's favourite team is Collingwood and Nick Dacos. Nick Dacos. He's a good player, Nick. Oh, he's a great player. He's decent. He's everything, Nick Dacos. Yeah, he'd be our best player probably. But yeah, so interesting to see with the stats. Yeah, Humphrey B. Bear, Lawson Humphreys. Yeah, I thought didn't have a good game. Was fumbly, but probably conditions. Yeah, Humphrey B. Bear fumbled all night, sadly. Yeah, not good. But he'll bounce back. Maybe these conditions, maybe we'll give him a pass. Your WA boy. Yes, that is true, isn't it? Your WA boy. Is there any other WA players on Geelong's list? I'm just trying to think. Shannon Neal. What's your favourite player in Collingwood? Oh, gee. All my WA boys sucked tonight. They did, didn't they? They did. What's your favourite Collingwood player? Yeah, gee, Collingwood. Yeah, they're not a rival. We don't see them as a rival, so I don't really have any hate towards any Collingwood players, to be honest. Jack Martin. Jack Martin. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll go with Dacos. If I was Collingwood's coach, Dayson, I would move his brother Josh into the midfield. I think that would be pretty lethal. I think they're missing a trick with that. But I'm not the coach of Collingwood. So yeah, probably favourite player Josh Dacos. Sorry, Nick Dacos, but I'd move Josh into the midfield. Yeah, Neil. Yeah, Matt, the Carlton fans. So you can't have him, Carlton fans. You can't have him. Now, Carlton fans might be saying, if anyone's watching from the jumper punch from the Carlton fans, they'd be thinking, fuck, Martin has turned his career around. Or they could be saying, you're right, Martin does this. He has a couple of good games, and he goes missing for the rest of the season. So we'll see with this one. We'll see. But if the Carlton fans are watching, thank you for Jack Martin. 2010 AFL wins Collingwood history. St Kilda. They bet St Kilda. Yes, they did. They drew with St Kilda. Then they bet St Kilda. Bring back I don't care about extra time. Bring back the next weeks. Bring back the next week. Let's go again, man. If we can get another week of AFL going, that's a win. I don't care about extra time. Just come back the next week. Who gives a damn? You're going to get 100,000 next week anyway. So what's the point? What's the problem? Stuff the extra time stuff. That's an extra week of football and a less week of cricket you have to wait for, because there's about a 2-month break from AFL to cricket. So the more we go into October, the better. So get rid of the extra time. We just go straight to next week. We got some Pie supporters in here, don't we? The Pie supporters. I'll tell you what, Gaz's wife, she's a Collingwood supporter. So, yep. Must be tension in the air, Gaza. There must be tension in the air. Just like Crow supporter in that room down there. Boy, she went off as well. Goodness me. I'm glad that the stream fucked up. So I had a problem with the stream. And I had to reset and make another one after halftime. So that's disappointing. But anyway, how's Mrs. Mum after the loss? I don't think I think we are in no danger of an interruption by Miss. I know everybody wants to see Mrs. Mum. I got assaulted last night by Mrs. Mum. Relax before everyone judges anything. Relax. You saw it on the stream. So send my Jazzalenko coincidence. Yeah, she's not happy with the umpires. Yeah, maybe right there. You're probably right. But I'm not happy with our coach. So oh well, shit happens, doesn't it? We'll probably get the same. Hey, when we play Crows next later this year, we're probably going to get the same ride. You can call me Coach Lucas. I'd like to know your name. You can call me Coach Lucas. Coach Lucas. Or Coach. Either way. Let's check more stats. Ben Keys. So, yeah, Ben Keys, 15 touches. Not the good night for Ben Keys. All the goal kickers were little blokes. So Zach Taylor, that's a win for the Crows. So he replaces Dawson. He kicks 3. They take that they take 2 goals. And he kicks 3. So that's a little bit concerning that a little player like he's not, I'm not being funny here or, bigotry or whatever, but he's a little man, Zach Taylor. He's not a Dawson type. Kicks 3 goals. Jack Martin kicked 3 goals. So the little men did the damage. Max Holmes kicked a goal. Sean Mena kicked a goal. Ollie Henry kicked a goal. Our only tall player that kicked a goal was Tom Stewart. He was the only player that kicked a goal. That was big and strong. Who the fuck is Zach Taylor, man? Yeah, that's a good question. That's a Sandford player that's came in and kicked 3 goals on us. Jack Martin, 3 goals today. Yep, 3 goals to Jack. And Carlton fans, you can't have him. He probably would be their best player, to be fair. Jack Martin, if he went to Carlton next week, he'd be their best player. Shout out to the jumper punch. Sorry, if you're watching, you know I'm right. More stats, and then we'll get into some quarters. What have we got here? So, yes, another defender that kicked a goal. Murray from Adelaide kicked that running goal outside 50 to give them some hope. The big man that scored, the big man that kicked goals were the defenders. Can you believe that? Maybe we should have threw up Tom Stewart up forward. Dempsey, he's not, is he big like, what's Dempsey? Yeah, Dempsey kicked a couple. Is he taller than Stewart? I might need to look this up. Fuck the hell. Dempsey. He's not that far off. He's not that far off height from Tom Stewart. Tom Stewart's 190. This is what the AFL is telling me. Dempsey 187. Dempsey kicked 2 goals. So the big man kicked goals that were the defenders. More stats here, and then we'll get into the review of the first quarter. Rankin 1 goal and 7. He should have had 2 goals. But Mullins, the golden fist of Mullins. What a spoil! What a spoil! Who says spoils don't win your games? Wowee! I wish he did that on grand final day. I like not Jack Martin. I like Cameron. Good for the set shots. Yes, Cameron. But he had a tough night, Cameron. But yeah, he wasn't good with his set shots tonight, Cameron. But we'll see. Right, review of the first quarter. I wanted to see a response. I wanted to see some kind of response. And we got that. We really got that. We played well. We played top 4 in that first quarter. It's too bad after that we played bottom 4. Probably a bit harsh there, but oh well, fuck it. So first quarter we played top 4. Our ball movement was excellent. Our midfield was pretty good in that first quarter. Really set us up the game. You want to come on?
Yeah, you live?
Yeah, I'm live.
I can get you on the telephone.
Oh yeah, Kiri. Well, we've got an Adelaide fan. She can tell you all about it. She's in. Mrs. Mum is in. There's no Kiri. It's just me by myself.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody.
Oh shit! Fuck.
A bit disappointing, but we gave it the best shot. But I only have one problem, and that was when Geelong player kicked the ball out, and it should have been a Crows free, and it was given to Geelong, and they kicked a goal. Which, if it was Collingwood and Eddie Maguire, Eddie Maguire would be bloody fining him and putting in a bloody complaint. That's the only complaint I have. Yes, Geelong played good, but they played bad as well. Crows played good. Crows played bad. Fogarty, he wants to be dropped to the SNFL because he is absolutely hopeless. And I don't care what people say. He is hopeless. He only plays the best when Taylor Walker's there because he wants to show up Taylor Walker. So I'm not happy with that, with the fault. And we had a lot of injuries during training, and injuries that I just can't compare with anything. We've never had that so many injuries that I've known with the Crows. It's like 10 years ago when we had all these injuries come up. And it's Filthy's not playing as well as he should. And he can play a lot better. We know that because Filthy's a very good player. And he didn't play good. Rochelle really didn't play that good. He got a goal, I think. Rankin got a goal. That was arsey. But, I give credit to Geelong supporters and Geelong team. But what I don't give credit to is people getting on the keyboard warriors tweeting foul language about Crow supporters. That's not on because I'm a Crow supporter and I certainly don't talk to Geelong supporters like that, or maybe Collingwood, but maybe Richmond, but not Geelong, because I have a bit of a soft spot, not just because of my son, but because of Patrick Dangerfield. I have a soft spot for him. I loved him when he played with the Crows, and I love him when he's in Geelong, and he's a very good player. But please don't swear about Crow supporters, because that, like I said, the only thing I have a query about is that when Geelong player kicked it out, it should have went to the Crows player. It went to a Geelong player, bang, bang, and they got a goal, and we would have won that game. If that was a grand final, that would be really terrible because we lost that goal and we would have won because we only lost by 6 points. So and when something like that happens sometimes, you're up on a high, your spirit is there, but when something happens like that and you get a goal out of it, your spirit drops, and that's the only qualm I have. So Gary, please don't say what you said on the on the Twitter, because that's not very nice. I love you and I love Kerry, but please, you're fantastic people, and I know my son loves you very much, and I do as well, for having respect for my son. Please don't talk like that, because I'm a Crows fan and I got very hurt by it. I don't say that about Geelong fans, and for respect of you, my son, Kerry and Gary, and don't speak to people like that on there, because I'm one of those Crow supporters. That's all I have to say. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, I think you meant, I think, Jezza, what did Jezza say? He said, Rochelle was your best player, he thought.
Oh, he can play better, but did you see the shiner he got?
Yeah, we did see that.
Boy.
He said Fog, more like the big crap.
Yeah.
The big crap.
Yeah. Well,
I think the free kick that you mentioned with Tom Atkins, where it was last touch, but it came off his foot.
The umpire gave it to him, and he shouldn't have done that.
No, he shouldn't have done that.
Like the Crows play went like
and
this.
It did lead to a goal to Jack Martin. So yeah, probably with that one. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. There's a few there. I mean, how long do you have to hold a ball to get a free for holding the ball?
Well, Well, we'll take the goal away from Geelong and still win by 2 points.
No, we don't.
Yeah, because it's 68-60. So
well, 2 points is better than.
Well, I suppose, but it didn't. Yeah, for instance, we'll take the Jack Martin goal away. We still win by 2 points. He said something also down here.
Yeah, but you don't know about that.
Yeah. Who else said that? Social media online is toxic. I would worry what they just idiots.
Oh, Gary's an idiot, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, Gary, don't do that. Well said, Mrs. Mum. Well said.
Thank you.
I like the.
Who's that, Gazza?
Yeah, that's Jazza. Yeah, Jazza. I like the new women's lasso rule. She doesn't watch women's football, so she doesn't watch. She doesn't know what you're talking about. There was one here as well. Hang on. Where was here? Yeah, it was a tale of 2 quarters. So Crows played well 2 quarters. Geelong played well 2 quarters. I thought Geelong was poor after quarter time, to be honest. But anyway,
you see, with Geelong, they always find a way. I watched Geelong for years and years when Adelaide played, Bartel, Selwood. When you watch them play, it's player. They know where their players are. They play as a team. The Crows, if they don't play as a team, they're no good. If they play as a team, like they did with the Collingwood game, they will win every single game. But you have to play as a team, and I think that's Geelong. They know where their players are, so they go player after player after player. I don't know all the names, like Bailey Smith to Janko, and they know how to play the game, and they play as a team. They know where all their players are. We don't sometimes. There was times there where they kicked the ball, Crows kicked the ball, and there was nobody there. And another factor, they kicked the ball too high. That's ridiculous. And you've got 4 people going up for that same ball. It's too high, and they didn't watch their men. There was lots of Crows, Geelong players standing by themselves, and the Crows kick it to them, and they get it because the other Crows players were too far away. And that's 3 things that I didn't like about the game tonight. You have to play as a team, and you have to know where all your players are. And Geelong are very good and very skilled for that. I reckon them and Collingwood do the same thing. They know where their players are. They know where to kick it. They do their little signals with how they hold the ball, so that other player knows that he needs to get that ball. And that's the only beef I had. But a good win. I'm disappointed because I'm a Crows fan, of course, but it is what it is. Okay, good night. Okay.
Yeah, Dawson's arguably your best player, Jezza says.
Well, he's out.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah. And you want the Fog to be dropped.
Yes.
Okay.
So does everybody else.
Thank you, Mrs. Mum. Oh, Jezza says always have an extra player in their wedding. That's the Geelong way. Yeah. Yeah, that's the Geelong way. Always have a player on standby. So that arrow from Mrs. Mum is to Gary and Kiri. Gary and Kiri get the arrow. And the last touch rule. Yeah, I don't like it. I thought it would be good, but there's parts of the last touch rule that need to be patched up. I thought the last touch rule was to emulate the deliberate, to make sure we lose the controversial decisions of the deliberate. Like if a ball gets kicked 20 metres down the line, it goes out of bounds. That's last touch rule, not when it's contested. That's where I have an issue with that. Like with Atkins and who was the Crows player? I don't know who the Crows player was, but I thought like if the deliberate rule was in play, that wouldn't have been deliberate by anybody. That would have been a ball up. The last touch rule for me should not be like that. But anyway, the Fog sucks. The Fog sucks. So that's the last touch rule that they need to get rid of. If it's contested, I don't care. I don't care if it's deliberate or not, or last touch or not. It shouldn't be paid. That's like deliberate. Like I just said, if that was deliberate, if Tom Atkins did that during the deliberate rule, that wouldn't have been deliberate. So you just can't say last touch. That doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on to the first quarter. The first quarter review. So there is parts that I like it, because if you bomb it long and then it goes out, everyone can, not get angry. Everyone can move on. But when it's contested, yeah, I don't like that because that's not what the deliberate rule was. Tom, I like. Tom Stewart. Tom Stewart, yes. Tom T-shirt Tommy. Oh, I shouldn't say that. T-shirt Tommy. Hawkins was T-shirt Tommy. We had a question here. Sorry, from a Corey Graham. Class from the extra 4 players of Geelong tonight. Tongue in cheek there. It's got rid of all those insufficient. Yeah, that's the point. So we've got rid of that insufficient deliberates, which is all controversial. But if that deliberate rule was there when Tom Stewart kicked that ball over, it wouldn't be deliberate. That's what I don't agree with the last touch. I only agree with the last touch is to get rid of the howlers, the controversial deliberates and insufficient attempts, not the contested stuff. I don't agree with that. I think they need to tweak that back. Right, can I get on? To everyone here? Can I get on with the first quarter, please? I've been trying to get that for the last 10 minutes. Right, first quarter review. Yeah, spot on, mate. I agree. My's the most influential player at. I'm not going to get this first quarter review done, am I? Myers is the most influential player at Geelong has at the moment, maybe. Sorry, mate, it's all good. See, I don't want to rush things because I did that last time and I banned people because the when you pin the comment, put user in timeout is just below the show button. So yeah, I'm being careful. I'm not rushing. Geelong's Cats fantasy is 2026 grand final win. Sure is. How about we just make finals first and we'll see how we go with that, Dason. First quarter review. Yeah, like I said, we played top 4 in that first quarter. It's too bad after quarter time we played bottom 4 stuff. Our ball movement was fantastic. It's probably harsh there. Our ball movement was fantastic off halfback. Stewart and DeConey were fantastic. Sweeper keeping, if you want to call it. We used a corridor. We stopped. Crows were very slow in that first quarter, chipping around. We really forced them to do that. Thanks, Jezza. Crows girl said, thanks, Jezza. He's eating now, so speak away. We stopped the Crows' ball movement in that first quarter. After the 15-minute mark, when we got to a 2-3 goal lead, I just felt that we needed to kick away. I felt like, this is a much better start than what we did against Fremantle. Can we extend that to 30, 35 points? We didn't because Crows are a good team. My country is Australia, Sydney. I think that's where you're from, Sydney. Should be supporting the Swans or GWS. That's not Collingwood. But people are going to say to me, why aren't you supporting Crows and Power when you live in South Australia? Fair enough. So, yeah, good one. But I wanted us to kick away. So after quarter time, I expect us to probably a halftime lead by 40, 45 points. We were inaccurate a little bit. I thought we should have patched that up a bit. That could have cost us. But I was very happy with our first quarter. The second quarter, I wasn't so happy with. Adelaide, what your country? South Australia, Adelaide, the city of churches, Datsun. Second quarter, yeah, I was disappointed with the second quarter. Crows completely outplayed us in that second quarter. They couldn't put it on the board. We started, for some reason, our ball movement started long balls into the Crows forward line. And I mentioned this on the previous show. They've got Raw, they've got Butts, they've got McElhenney. Is that how you say his name? But yeah, anyway, I'm not a tourist, so I should be all right with that. Well, there's a ban. I'm going to get banned for saying that. Thank you, Ivan. Second was not good enough. There's a life band there. Jesus. Yeah. I walked straight into that one, didn't I? I walked straight into it. But no, second quarter, our ball movement was terrible. It was absolutely horrific. Oh, shit. But, yeah, our ball movement was absolutely... I'm a nice guy. Yeah, you're a nice guy. You're a nice guy to Australians only. Oh, fuck. There's another. Hold on, keep digging. No, I won't say that comment. No, I've lost it now. No, second quarter, yeah, just keep on kicking long balls. Yeah, not good enough. And Crows really were efficient going forward. Third quarter, yeah, Dustin said not happy. Yeah, terrible. Shocking. Third quarter. Let Crows right into this game. Our ball movement was slow. We started chipping around the back. Become fumbly. That's when we become really fumbly in that third quarter. Crows are more cleaner. Every time the ball went inside 50 for the Crows, I felt like they're going to score. I don't know. I just felt like that. And our targets going inside 50, Myers, Holmes, Bailey Smith weren't good enough. They were terrible. So we had 60 inside 50s, don't forget. 60 inside 50s. What's your fantasy? Mine's mine. I don't think that's PG. I don't think I can say that. But I don't think I can say what I want to say. But anyway, yeah, third quarter. Geez, we've gone off topic here, haven't we? This is what happens when Kiri and Gary are not in here. It all turns to shit, doesn't it? Yeah, ball movement was terrible. The ball movement was terrible in the third quarter. Inside 50 was a joke. Could not find a target to save our lives. The fourth quarter, we did better. But once again, the inside 50... AFL fantasy score. I was thinking something totally different. Fantasy score, AFL fantasy. I don't play AFL fantasy. Maybe I should. No, I don't play AFL fantasy. So I'll tell you what. You are a Collingwood fan. I would have the Dacos brothers in my fantasy team any day. I'll tell you what. We might have Zach Butters next year in my fantasy team. That would be very good. Geelong need to do whatever it takes to get him away from Port Adelaide. He's not going to win shit at Port Adelaide, let's be honest. Zach Butters. Get your mind out of the gutter, coach. But the way he said it, no, we need to get Zach, do everything we can to get Zach Butters here. 1.5 million is not enough. We've got to give him $2 million a year. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I want him out of Port Adelaide. He ain't going to win anything now. He's going to kill his career like Connor Rosie is. Give Butters the Stanley farm. Stanley out, retired. Zach Butters in. You get the farm. I don't think Zach Butters likes the farm, though. Zach Butters gets me moist, yeah. I don't think he likes the farm life, Zach Butters. I think he's a city man. He's a city boy. That's all right. I'm a city guy. But I don't think he likes the country. So I don't think the farm's going to work for Zach Butters. He wants to be in the city. So yeah. Yeah. So the fourth quarter, our ball movement was better, but we kept on kicking it long to the Crows defenders. Never going to work. We mentioned that in the preview show. If it's not going to work in the fucking during perfect conditions, what makes you think it's going to work in the wet conditions? Terrible. The inside 50 was a joke. We were up like 11-1 in that quarter, in that fourth quarter at one point. 11-1. I think they only went inside 55, 6 times in that quarter. They kicked 2 goals. So Jezza and Stanley will change his mind on the farms. Jester and Stanley would change his mind. Yeah, I hope so. Tell you what, Jezza, I tell you what. Time to get your hands dirty on and off the field. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It is. See, you've got the Greek freak. Maybe it's time, Jezza. You went rest book. Maybe not rest book. That's probably a huge downgrade. That's probably insulting. That's insulting. That. Go with Bam. Go with Bam Bam. He scored 80 points. Off topic here. I don't know why I've gone to NBA. That profile photo. I always wanted to comment on that profile photo, but it gets me every time. The Greek freak. But anyway, so the fourth quarter. What the fuck? You're a Spurs fan. Why is it not Benyama? Why have we got the Greek freak shooting up peace pipes? It's all about one man, mate. The alien, yes, the alien. Yeah. I saw him lob it to himself and then finish the layup or the dunk. Was that yesterday? He did that? Mr. Victor Wembanyama, a Frenchman. I won't sing the French anthem. Never mind. I probably could, but it's like the Brisbane song, isn't it? That's not the Greek freak. That's rookie Carter. Oh, that's rookie Carter Bryant. Charlie Dixon, good player at Port Adelaide. He was a good player, Charlie Dixon. He was that good, Datsun. We actually retired him in that prelim final. We retired him. Jezzy, remember that game, the prelim a couple of years ago? They were the good old days. No, that wasn't the prelim. What was that? That was a qualifying final because we lost to Brisbane in that fucking prelim. What do you think of Remby, mate? Yeah, he's a good player, isn't he? Yeah, he's going to be Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. I don't think he's Jokic levels yet. But he might be. He might get there. Definitely top two. Yeah, you do remember. Yeah, we retired Charlie Dixon that night. Right. So yeah, the ball movement in the fourth was disappointing, but we held on. What impressed me is when Adelaide went in front, I thought we were gone. I thought, that's it. We're going to lose by 15, 20 points here. Sack this guy now. I was ready to play the Claude. It's time to go. Sack this man now. But what team is your VFL? Goodness me, I'm getting cooked here. Would have to be Geelong, doesn't it? But I live in South Australia, so we have the Sandful. I've been to a couple of Central games, Central District games. But yeah, I don't have a VFL team, so maybe we'll stick with the Geelong Cats. But yeah, so good thing about the Geelong game is that when we were behind, we got back in front. That was really good. I really liked that. That's probably 2 games in a row. 21. Just like the car. I wanted a Nissan. I got a Datsun, which is the same thing, really, to be honest. But I wanted the Nissan 350Z. I got the Datsun 350Z instead. But that's all good. Everyone's welcome here to make a comment. Hey, we just had even Malat comment, and I fell right into that one. So yeah, you're good friends. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it. Everybody is welcome to comment on here. Yes, Shannon Neal, terrible. At least I didn't see Shannon Neal lose the plot. At least I didn't see him yell at his defenders. His midfield. So there is that. So at least that got a bit better. But yeah, horrible night for Shannon Neal. Horrible night. But when it's raining like that, he's got no hope of leading. He doesn't lead when it's during the day anyway. No, hang on. Now listen. I'm telling you, every dog has its day. I'll have my day with Charlie Curnow. He showed good signs against, who did they play against last week? I actually forgot. Hawthorn, the Hollywood Hawks, the Wizard and the Pest Ginnivan. Now, if he takes his marks, he probably kicks 5 goals. But we say that about Ollie Henry. We say, Ollie Henry, you need to hold your fucking marks. And he lets us down here. Hawks, the Hollywood Hawks. Yeah, I forgot for a split second. I was actually going to say Brisbane, but they actually played Brisbane. The phony Wizard. Harry Potter. Hello, ladies. I'm Harry Potter. Oh, boy. Footscray, good player. Riley Rest is a good player, to be fair. No, he's a good player, Riley. Henry dug in. Yeah, he dug in tough. Like I'm doing with this show at the moment. I'm doing it tough. I'm digging in. No, just like his father, Scott West, should have won a Brownlow in the year 2000. How you get 35 votes and don't poll a vote? Fuck me. Yeah, his dad should have. I think Riley will probably play 150, 200 games. But yeah, Scott West was a champion of that club during the 90s. Yeah, absolutely robbed. That Brownlow. Shane Roden won that. Marcus Bontempelli, the Bont. Yep, the Bont. Gee, these are random names you're throwing out. These are random names. He's got Datsun's got the 2JZ engine in, and he's ready to go. Well, it was. Well, how do you get? There's one game where Scott West got 36 touches, 35 or 36. He didn't poll a single fucking vote in that game. Yeah. I mentioned 2JZ and the Nissan. You mentioned highways. But anyway, look, we came back in that fourth quarter. We kicked a goal and then we kicked a couple of goals. That was the most pleasing thing about this game. That's just rigged. That's just rigged, yeah. I'm thinking of other Brownlow players that won. I'm thinking of other Brownlow players. That's 96. Staying with Stan. I love Scott West. Yep. What's your favourite Footscray player? Yeah, probably the Bont. Tell you what, they've got a Temu Smith there in Barker with his headband. Temu Smith. Is Lucas really going to read from this book? You damn right I am. I'm not going to read it. But there you go. Shane Roden, 2000 winner. The 2000 winner. He only polled 24 votes to win that Brownlow, by the way. And then it was the Brisbane trio, a hat-trick of Brisbane players. Ackermanis 2001, Simon Black 2022. Oh, Nathan Buckley 2003. Oh, along with Adam Goods and Mark Prosciutto, the three-way tie. I like Norton. Oh, the Borjon Borg, tennis player. Cooney Wines. Yeah, but I can understand Wines. I thought Cooney had a good season. I don't know. I I know when you ask Adam Cooney, you think, geez, he wasn't a good player. He's not in the category of Judd, Martin, Dangerfield, all these players, Simon Black. But I think that year, let's go, hang on. Well, we can look this up. We've turned into story mode here. What year was that? Jazza? Oh, 2008. The year before Bartel. Maybe you're right, Jezza. Maybe you're right. He only polled in 9 games. Maybe you're right. I was going to say he may not be as good as Akamenis, Simon Black, but I thought he deserved that Brownlow. But he only polled in 9 games. That's less than half the season. So maybe you're right. Yeah. So maybe. Matthew Priddis? Now, I might need to look at those stats, but I'm pretty sure he also won it in a very low count as well, Matthew Priddis. But he was very important to that West Coast midfield. And I think he played over 250 games. So I might be wrong there, but maybe that's a bit harsh on Priddis. Because after when Kerr, Cousins, Judd left, who was going to be the next trio midfield? And Priddis was a part of that for many, many years. So maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on Priddis then. 2015, well, the AFL win. Who won it in 2015? Hawthorn. Oh, we don't talk about that. Who'd they beat in that grand final? Fremantle. I think, was it Fremantle? Or was it West Coast? Might have been West Coast. Priddis might have actually played in that game. So, yeah, maybe a bit harsh on West Coast there. But anyway, gee whiz, 1 hour and 12 minutes. Oh, 2013 they bet Freo. Okay, so West Coast, because they bet Sydney in 2014. So it was West Coast. Priddis would have been playing in that game. They did, because Hodge kicked that amazing goal from the pocket. And yeah, Jack Gunt. Now we're talking about Hawthorn players here. Good Lord, Struth. I don't think I'm going to get off anytime soon though, Jezza. Jack Gunston, good player in tall man. Yeah, he's a good. Yeah, geez, I'll tell you what, he's a chance for the Coleman. The end of the season awards, I reckon Dutson's a very good chance of winning the end of season awards just on this show alone. Great show as always, mate. Thank you very much. Like I said, everybody is welcome. Everybody around the world, even dead serial killers are welcome. I think we had even Malat next week. We might get Freddy Krueger. We might get Ghostface. You never know on the show. You never know. Dutson is on fire. Everybody's welcome. Let him cook. Buddy Franklin, 1,000 goals. Yes. For Sydney, mind you, not Hawthorn, Sydney. At least he got to do it on his home ground. Kind of, sort of. He was playing for Sydney at the time. Never forget where Heaney and Warner were outside the stadium. And it was actually funny because they said in the interview no one knew who they were, and yet they were outside the stadium. They didn't care about Heaney or Warner. They just wanted to get to Franklin. I found that pretty amusing, that is. Where you think if you went outside the stadium, you'd get fans jumping all over you. But they said no one went up to them when they were outside the stadium. I think Heaney said one guy asked him, how do you get into the ground? Let him cook. I'm getting cooked. No more. What the 2008 AFL win? Oh, geez. Fuck. Is that Geelong? Was that Geelong? Geelong would have won that. Geelong bet Collingwood. Geelong bet Collingwood. There you go. That's a good note to leave off to. Thank you so much for everybody in the live stream. Like I said, everybody's welcome. We had Eva Malat in the show. Next week will be Freddie Krueger. You just never know who we will get. Thank you so much. I'll make sure I won't sleep when I see Freddie in the stream. Love you, mate. No, thank you so much, Jessa. Datsun, thank you so much, mate, for all the questions. Really do appreciate it. Rupert, we might get Rupert Murdoch and he'll shut us all down. No, thank you so much. We'll get Freddie Krueger. Sweet dreams. I'll bring up the Alice profile photo. They'll sort that out. Your channel subscribe. Well, there we go. There we go. That's what we like to see. If you're enjoying the show, just subscribe. You don't have to like anything. You don't have to watch anything. Just subscribe to it. Just subscribe. Who cares? I don't care if you watch your show. I don't care if I have one person or a million. It doesn't matter to me. Just subscribe it. It'd actually be good if you did. I don't actually like saying this, but 50 subscribers, I can do live YouTube videos. So I can stream it directly live from YouTube instead of doing StreamYard. So if I can get to 50, that'd be great. So anyway, if you're watching this, subscribe. At least get me to 50 so I can do live YouTube shows. And then you don't have to watch a damn thing after that. Go for your life. But anyway, this has been the Geelong Zone. Don't know who I'll get next time. Hopefully, if I did, is Margaret Robbie available? Is Lisa Wilcox, the girl that played Alyssa in Nightmare on Elm Street? That would be swell. That would be good. I'll tell you not, we're not going to talk AFL if she came in the stream. That will be absolutely certain. But anyway, I like your channel. Thank you, Dutson, so much. Thank you, everybody that watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.